Welcome back, everyone. We have just took a quick break, of course, from our first series of the OGA Pit closed qualifiers for the upcoming minor LAN event in December. Fluke, still going already. First game underway, and it was a quick one.
Yeah, it went 1-0 up to an unknown team, and then very quickly the well-known Liqu shut it back down to a 7-1. And we are about to head into Villa to see if that role can continue.
Villa, another roaming map, which was something that definitely TGM, they struggled with from Villa, or from Liqu going into Bank, and then Villa's probably going to be the same way, I think, Fluke. If you look at the kind of roaming capabilities that Liqu have, Nesk especially, we're looking all eyes on him.
Yeah, Nesk. I mean, he showed up why he is just so famous. And let's go find out if he can keep that blood flowing. Not his, though, so far. Yeah, I think he only suffered 2 deaths in the previous game, which is pretty exceptional. But Villa, Team Gens Mortis, how do you approach this?
Is there a ban Nesk option?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think they got rid of that once upon a time.
I think, didn't G2 need that one time?
Yeah, but I don't think they want to talk about that for a while. Hibana and Buck are the first two taken out here for this Villa push. Buck was a lot of problems for Gens Mortis, but Liqu are the ones that have decided to remove
him. I don't understand Buck bans. Because I remember me and you, we cast at Challenger League on Friday night.
Yeah.
And there was a Buck ban there, and we forgot that Buck was even banned.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, based on how powerful it had been used on the previous map by Liqu, I would understand if they wanted to try and take that out of Liquid's vocabulary, but
it makes no sense even then, whatsoever.
Like that, and that's me reaching for reasoning. That's me really trying to find reason as to why they would ban that. But
I get why they're doing so. Probably because if you look at AVG, and even if you look to a bomb site such as Trophy Statuary, Bandit is a massive operator to try and deny the Thermite charge with the Bandit trick. Buck, most common operator to go below, open up below that Bandit, and there you go, that's a free kill. Bandit can't do his job no more. You eliminate that factor, and Liqu being with on the defense first.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that Gens Mortis can do against a Bandit trick.
Well, we'll see if they can find an answer to KB. First time we've seen her on the board, and SexyK is actually going to 6th pick off to the Mozzie, and a Thatcher is being 6th picked too as well. Going to double down with the Twitch and the Thatcher, see if they can drop everything they need to. I guess they're going to rely on that mainly for the Maestro cams with the Twitch, actually, at this point, because, again, that was a fair bit of a problem for them on the previous run round. It's just a big gun and a big bit of danger, really. But we'll see if they can kind of set themselves up with a bit more solidity here. I mean that in the Gens Mortis push, because previously that was a big problem. They, as I said, they could try and push against the point and try and push with some aggression, but it just wasn't really coming to fruition for them when everything started to fall apart.
So AVG, first up for Liqu. a bomb site, which we've seen vary in terms of how you want to hold it. Sometimes there's been a lot of extension, even in towards the vault. There's been rotation holes being made there. You try and hold down 90 as long as you can. This is an interesting one. Trying to hold that living room area, living room library. I've never seen this before.
It's a pocket strat. It's very much a pocket strat. Maybe it's a strat to play and test only when you're in a scrim against a T kind of 3-2, kind of 4 team from Liquid's point of view, but I guess we'll see if they can do anything with it. Nesk is going to hold down the classical corridor with the smokes and see if they can keep control there. But yes, all eyes are currently on Sexy Cake, who is currently alone underneath. They've got the rotation on the classical 90 as a quick way of rotating around. Sexy Cake as the Mozzie is being called. They're being quite aggressive, droned by 2 different people. Hard pushes and Sexy Cake finds the frag in and amongst. There's another drone. Every reload that's coming in the middle and finds another one. Parlu over the shoulder and the set of the stairs actually finds a frag, and Sexy Cake is actually being aggressive against the door. Almost drops the thermite as well. This man is a machine underneath here as Parlu brings himself round for a double, and they're going to rotate and hit someone on the back of the point as well.
Sexy Cake is unbelievable. This duo ship right here has killed everything that TGM has wanted to go for. And a 1v5 for the Thatcher. Gets 1 kill, but still way too much to do for only 1 man. If he pulls it off, well, I might just leave. Is that an option?
No, because there's so many best of 3s left. So I can't really do those by myself, unfortunately.
You could try.
Yeah, I could try, but it wouldn't be very entertaining. Yeah, it's a pretty impossible situation either way. Battaglia, what can
he's got
you
Liquid
do?
Charm. Look.
I know, he's trying
What a cool
a bit
guy.
Of love. Showing a bit of representation, love, and I guess that's what you want to do, because ultimately you're playing against celebrities, and that's always a cool moment to be in.
If he wins this, I think that he should replace Nask on Liquid.
Wow. Are you allowed to make those decisions?
Well, it doesn't matter because he lost anyway.
Well, Nesk heard you.
Yeah, he heard me
He
from...
was like, what?
From all the way over here, he heard me.
The fact that they were there as well and set up with a shotgun to kind of close that down, they're having fun with this day. I'll say that much about Liquid. So they're having a good time, and I think, again, they're going to try for that clean 7-0 at this point. I still cannot really believe what happened underneath. Again, we've never seen a hold like that before. I have no idea if we will ever see a hold like that again. But we saw one, and it was weirdly effective. Trophy statuary is the next point we're going to.
So, Liquid already off to that rolling start that we expected them to be. It is Villa. It is defender-sided for the most part. You know, you look at the bans, Buck not being there, it opens up the ability for Bandit to do his job with denying the Thermite charges. Also, Banna off the board. It limits really what TGM can do in this scenario. They can only go for the Thermite the one way, kind of directional. Sometimes you would see, especially at AVG, of that entire quad wall. If you are having issues with a Bandit, you can put Habana charges on one side and Thermite charge on the other. Bandit has to pick one or the other. There's no in-betweens.
Yeah, I mean, it's the balance that they're trying to make, but at the same time, will they even really get that close towards the kind of point and pressure and being able to push? I think it's always a hard thing to say.
You don't think they're going to get in the building?
I mean, I don't think they're going to get far in the building if we see what we just saw before, because let's look at this point compared to the previous one. This is one general close room to push. And the bathroom. Parlu exactly is ready there. He wants to run out and be aggressive. You know, they're just playing this like this. That C4, watch this. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Didn't get anyone, but again, that's why I'm not surprised. It looks like, okay, maybe they will get a bit into the building because they're actually pushing from the opposite side.
Wow, you're not giving them a lot of encouragement here.
But I look at Liquid and I cannot fathom how to stop them, because all of the times they're being caught out, they then just win it from aim and game sense.
I know that you said that they might have a chance going in from the other side rather than the bedroom. They're going to have to go for an Esk.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the worry here at this point. They're going to try and set up a Nomad air jab just on the top of the stairs, but look, Nesk is just listening and waiting to spring the trap across landing, and it's just going to try and hold this middle line all by himself. You can see they're still a bit spread out as they creep in and creep closer. pre-fires the heck out of it. Moringa's got the shoulder cover as well. It looks like they're trying to drop and wide peek against it, and they do find Nesk. Nesk getting more and more aggressive. Felsen has been a bit of a thorn, but here's Sexy Cake, here's Palu, and we already saw PSK not far away. So it just shows that they're ready and willing to hold this very aggressively. Sexy Cake swings around the side and gets the man. KLN is taken out of the equation. Nomad is suffering a huge amount of damage, and there's the back. Palu shuts down Venus as well and forced them back out of the building.
It began with 2 players roaming towards that AVG. They got the call saying, oh, they're all coming from this side. And since then, 4 people have ended up towards that area. Somehow, Palu, he's downstairs now. He is just rotating like crazy and is going for that jump out. The aggression. This is Latin America. Pinnacle Latin America. Another one for him, and just down to the Thermite. 1 versus 3. It is only a 1v1 on site if you think about it with all the roamers, so there is potential there.
Who needs to catch the C4 and throw it out at them at spawn when you can just run at them?
Yeah,
just
literally.
Attach your bandit batteries to your literal self, use that energy and throw yourself at the opposing team.
Wow, that'd be pretty cool. You imagine if you could put a bandit charge on one of your teammates and makes him become like a 5-speed?
I would love to see that buff until like...
But you constantly take damage, so that's how we kind of counteract it.
Yeah, until like an Ashe somehow finds her way to it and breaks the game.
Oh, and then she puts it on, and then all of a sudden it's a 20-speed.
Yeah. Well, there is another Team Liquid win there, and again, the aggression is off the charts. But the way that they are being aggressive, and I know we briefly mentioned it in the first map, is their communication. It's so good and so quick to respond to everything Gens Mortis is doing. So yes, they're setting up their strategies and setting up reinforcements. We saw a bit of a pocket strat on the previous round, but their communication as a team and as a unit is so on point that that's all they really need in this.
It's going to be a pub stomp. That's what it's going to be. It's just Liquid playing to a crazy standard in terms of aggression. It's not the same reserve Liquid that we would see during a Pro League match. They know that they have all the control. Yeah. They are driving the car, and TGM are in the boot screaming for help.
Yeah, and again, you really hope the police officer hears it and stops it, but 2-0, Lion is on the board for the first time today. Obviously, he's gone through some particular phases. He was part of Liquid's win when they did take their ground
Part of everybody's win.
Yeah,
whenever Lion was there.
Yeah, God rest his soul. But now we're in a situation where he's not as
He's
powerful.
not dead. He's still there, but he's
dead.
not to the same extent.
It's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's post that for Lion. He's now in that stage.
I don't think he's that strong. I really don't think so. I don't rate him.
He used to be.
Yeah, sure, used to be, but at the current state, you know, I remember whenever they finally let Lion back into the scene, everybody was saying, oh, he's still too strong, put him back, lock him back in the cage.
Yeah.
I don't see it. It is really so much weaker compared to what it used to be, because if you think about it, it's just like an alibi. You know, an alibi is not overly strong, so why should Lion?
I don't think I've ever heard Lion compared to Alibi.
Well, it's the same mechanic with the pings.
Well, that was an instant ping. I'm not 100% sure what they attempted to catch there. Maybe just announce that they're bringing
For the rush.
Ah, there's the pace. Right, they're going straight up those bottom stairs. Going to grenade out this entire selection of door and barbed wire. Potentially going to pop the second. Pre-fires around the corners there. Sees a smoke, and there is the slowdown. And Palu finds Battaglia, and then they just wide peek the Lion on the stairs. Moringa, you are unstoppable as Sexy Cake again. Finds Palu from underneath. Beautiful pick. Finds the second Venus. Finally not the first off the board and is able to take a couple of others before he departs. Felsen round the back as well. 2 versus 2. The other 2 upstairs and away from the point at this moment in time, but they do need to collect the diffuser and bring it back round, and Sexy Cake is waiting for the stairs, and there is the bullets in the bodies, and no! Finds Sexy Cake as well! Suddenly a 2 versus 1 PSK with 1:47 on the clock. Unbelievable scenes.
What has just occurred already inside of this round is been so explosive and still potential for Liquid the clutch. PSK, one defusing, he should be able to see Sophia. Yes, he does, and that'll land the shots. A 1v1 now. Let's see if he can hold his nerve and clutch up where his teammates, well, they were just peeking everything that they could. Felsen, who just kind of came out of nowhere in that round, all to do for TGM. Picks up diffuser, rotates in now, looking for the plant, and will begin PSK. He hears it, but just now, bit of a bait. Doesn't go for it though for PSK. Still a minute to go, so Felsen, he can take time to finally get this diffuser down. It looks as if he's going to try and stick it. PSK makes a lot of noise, but Felsen, he holds it. He's going to stick to defuse. In behind cover, still a C4 though for PSK. I think Felsen, he knows this there to get tossed out, but that will land nothing. Peeking in, see if he can land the shots. Rattle back and forth between both of them. PSK, shotgun in hand, looking to get up close and personal. Swings around, but no, misses the shotgun blast. And TGM, no thanks to Felsen. They take that round, and, well, it's not going to be that clean 7-0 that Liquid were clearly attempting.
Well, it was a surprise tactic. They pushed, they read into how aggressively Liquid were throwing themselves around this map on the previous, and they completely took advantage of it. It was good attempts from Liquid to pull it back, and not many teams would have been able to at least bring it back to that close of a margin and that close to the wire, but credit to TGM. They read it, they attempted it, and it worked. Will it work again?
Venus just got handed kills in that round.
A lot of people drifting by a lot of open holes. Yeah, and that was, I think, 3K for Venus in the previous round. All of his frags so far have come from that one round. You know, it was a good showing, but again, that's, you know, is it like the one round we saw Liquid take in the previous one where Liquid...
It was foolish. Let's be real here from Liquid.
But at the same time, it was a good read from TGM. They realized what was going on, realized how Liquid was playing aggressively. Yeah. As you actually said at the round before, you said, well, there's only one person left alive, but the other three are roaming, so they could just push point and go for the 1 versus 1. And
yeah, I thought Felsen had a great rotate, though, in that round. Coming in as the Ash, whenever he just appeared and got a kill out of nowhere, I was really shocked. Perhaps Liquid could then, if that's the way that TGM want to play. Legion is an obvious one that kind of comes to mind, and if Legion, there's a goo mine there at that door, I don't think Felsen would have been in that round.
Well, let's see if they can find a way. I'm curious to see. It doesn't look... Well, they might be doing the same downstairs stuff. You can see Sexy Cake as the alibi this time, throwing down instead of using Mozzie. Neski's going to start opening up some sight lines as well, straight onto that main door, see if they can catch someone out by surprise. Again, these very aggressive holds, trademarked by this region, trying to wait and bait, but it looks like TGM are actually going to push flat, take the opposite side, take master bedroom, maybe set up the Nomad on the stairs in Astro, and then just find their way across the floor.
Of course, Nomad is a great operator for, I think, just any time you play a Brazilian team, Nomad's always going to be great. And Liquid especially, with the way that they've adapted not only on Bank, but also in Villa with their aggressive playstyle. And Paulo especially, we have to consider him being a great roaming menace at this stage. And, well, there's nearly an opening pick for him. Just misses a shot. Sophia as well misses some. And, oh, he's going to get heavily pressured in towards that window. And now just scurries away down to that basement. It doesn't see a whole lot of play, but in this instance, it makes sense. Oh, the Iron Sight MX4 Storm. This is a new one.
You know, just try it out. See what happens.
Do you play that?
No.
Well, I play with a suppressor. I blame Citizen for that.
Yeah, that sounds like a Citizen thing. Felsen is now steadily clearing across again. We complimented how he managed to find his way into the back of the point previously, but this time he is very much acting as the spear of the push. Venus alongside as well. They want to force Nesk out of Classical and see if they can just get a bit more control over the side of the site. But Nesk, again, is a very hard person to dig in, especially when he's found himself in a comfortable spot there. Has the option to pull off as well, but I would be surprised if we see that. Not getting the Parlu frag, I think, is something that's going to bite them in the ankles later on in this round.
A lot of time being wasted here for TGM, and whenever they finally try and get something on the board, Nesk says, hello, I'm here with an SMG-11. Nesk rings it home once more. And Liquid, 5 versus 3. TGM taking far too much time to get something on the table that they can play with. And Liquid from this stage, I think, can just put on all the pressure they can take these gunfights. They have that man advantage. And yeah, like we said, Moringa peeks on up, using that sniper shotty. And there's Felsen, goes for it, doesn't land the shots. The Iron Sight MX4 hits its target. And well, once again, another 1v5 for a player of TGM this time. Oh, it's actually going to be Thermite again. We've seen this scenario before. And, oh, he goes to the moon.
No flawless round yet this time from Liquid, though.
No, it's bad showing there from Liquid. No flawlesses.
But
whoa, that's a solid throw.
Yeah, that second kill from Nesk with that SMG
It's
was
a quarterback right there.
Unbelievable control on that recoil. That is just insane. How, you know, and again, that's the thing about this, is that's what they're going up against. As we said, Liquid have had their off weeks. They've struggled sometimes. They've not had the best of seasons, you know, recently, but extremely recently, in the very close past few games, they've been performing better and better and better. And I think OGA could be a very good run for them over the course of the tournament. Oh, yeah, we're certainly expecting to see Liquid here for the LAN event. That's a given. And if you look at their side of the bracket, it's completely doable for themselves. Is MIBR in their side or on the other side? Because that would be the other team. Yeah, that would be another team to kind of look at. And obviously, even, you know, we've got a couple of teams tonight as well. I know that, Yeah Gaming, they've had a really, really good run in CL. They've had a great Challenger League season so far. Yeah. And then obviously the third, every single game generally has at least one team where you're like, oh, Ints is in that team. Ints as well, but I would definitely say, if we're pitching them against Liquid, I think we know who we're going for. Yeah, especially at this moment in time. They've just been performing very, very well. Now, 3-1, it's generally standard to see Villa going in more defensive sides. That one round is actually a very, very good part of Jens Mortis's kind of degree there, but can that become something that they can kind of latch onto? Because assuming that Liquid take this point, we will be heading back to Kitchen. I personally don't think another rush would work. No, one-trick pony for the most part in terms of rushes. Liquid, for their defense, for their trophy statuary, once more, an entire top floor extended hold leading in towards that AVG, and that rotation in towards 90 gives them a great control in terms of where the attacks want to try and rotate in towards. So for TGM, I don't think that's going to be an option. They have to try and push standard in towards, you know, that main wall. But then they're going to have to try and deal with not only the Kaya trick, but also C4s from below if Thermite wants to try and open up the breach, more importantly. So for Liquid at this stage, they have to play pretty flexible, and they have to figure out exactly where TGM want to go for first. You know, will they go for the offsite clear? Will they try and go straight for the breach? And then it's kind of for Liquid to assume where they want to play and establish themselves from there on in. Well, the Jackal is trying to find some footprints and find their way into hunting down roamers, but so far no joy, and SAPPHIRE is free to hop in there and make sure she doesn't get immediately caught out. The C4 is going quite low. They're worried about someone rotating under wide, and I guess they did suffer that with Palu in the previous round, but this time Palu is just going to try and aggressively hold Astro, and he does it with style, dropping KLN and leaving him in the bathroom as they wait for someone else to push around, and no one yet. Pre-fires a wall, does hear the sound of repelling though, and it's just going to back steadily away from Astro window as Eliadan starts to close it down. They have continually been the last surviving member and have continually been trying to get this breach onto the wall, but the fear of a constant Liquid rotation is one that is so hard to shake. TGM now, they will begin their beachhead towards that breach. C4 gets Kobe'd over, but no, just barely misses that. But still, I don't think it would have killed the Thermite even if it did land its target. Wall has been opened up because Merengue was trying to go for the C4 rather than actually Kaid trick it. Sexy Cake looking to peek in. One below, he's seen that decoy get shot, and that will mean a kill for Sexy Cake in the midst of all that. Merengue eliminates the Thermite, and once again, another player from TGM left in a 1v5. Can they flawless it this time? That is the question to ask. Palu is riskily playing the window, and the window does not want to play this game. Backs off up to the top. Thatcher is going to go for a rotate. Finds Sexy Cake. No flawless yet. Battaglia drops Sexy Cake. But with 30 seconds left, the diffuser cold inside the bedroom, and at least 2 bodies in there too. It's a very hard situation to be in. Pre-fires and actually downs the man, but the jump out is there to save Merengue's life. Palu yet again in this good situation. Yeah, Liquid just domination, obliteration. Any other Asians you can think of? Annihilation? Zombie Nation?
Zombie Nation?
That was the old popular song that went on loop for ages.
I think I'm just too young for that.
Sorry, yeah, that might be before your time. That was 90s, I think. Dining room kitchen. The point that they lost. Are we going to see a more anchory performance here from Liquid, do you think?
Oh, no, not a chance. Oh, that's out of the question. Liquid will find a window and jump out of it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen as much. Sexy Cake bringing the Caveira, which is a pick that could be complete annihilation to tie back into what you said before. But Lion is back on the board. Yep. They've 6-pick onto the line. It looks like they might try a rush again, but they're being much more subtle about it this time.
Yeah, Palu does not give a damn about this match whatsoever.
Palu is in it for stats right now.
He is doing anything he can to boost that KD.
Hey, that's what I would do if I had an ounce of the skill that Palu has with the gun. I would just be flaunting it right now.
Yep.
Kalen, unfortunately, still on that big old 0, but let's see. Nesk and Sexy Cake are going to be holding it above. They are setting their drones up in pre-positions, but I guess we'll quickly learn if they go for something quick and aggressive and try and shut it down, because again, I would be surprised if it worked. There is a drone shutdown. They now know that there is a Caveira on the team if they have fed that back to the rest.
Oh, look, there's the window.
Hasn't jumped out yet, but is more than willing to try and find a kill. Palu is just choosing the door as his drop out. Here comes the first frag, probably.
Oh, yeah. Things you hate to see.
Just right into his sightline there, and that is, you know, that is them happy and confident and comfortable and just trying to tie this up as quickly as possible. Now, they are droning up. They're taking this much more slow and steady, clearing all the way up from wine barrels, concerned about the people underneath, as they should be, doing it as a bit of a team effort. Lion still obscured, at least for now. They have the possibility of utilizing that with a push at the same time, and quick peeks a shotgun, and the shotgun almost didn't get that, but does follow up. Moringa caught sleeping, and there is a man down as Sexy Cake finishes off the Lion before he could even begin to growl. Venus takes Palu, and Sexy Cake 2 impact grenade kills for the round.
Yeah. Liquid, what can we really say? It's just been gunfights. Oh yeah, more gunfights.
Oh, just a couple of gunfights on the side. Yeah, it's been right in their playstyle. And the thing is, it's not only been in their playstyle, it's been just, it seems easy for them. Every decision, every movement, every piece of momentum that they seem to carry themselves around this map with is just so rehearsed and so kind of perfect that it's just a glide at this point, and they are not struggling in the slightest. It's a shame to see from the side of TGM, but we've all got to remember that they are they're a team that's never had a showing anywhere as far as we're aware on this side.
Yeah, even pickup team.
Even Strafe was, when looking at this games, was like, nope, never played a video game before. And Strafe is usually straight on all of that stuff. So it's unfortunate that this is their kind of trial by fire, because it couldn't be, you know, a worse fire to trial by.
Yeah, you're going up against the favorites in this tournament. They finished third in Pro League, just barely missed their chance to go to Japan, and of course missed their chance to go to Invite. But now this is why they're here, to make that Canadian dream a success. And it would be a shame to have a miss out of Liquid in the Invite, especially such a massive name in this community, a massive organization in the world of esports. You'd like to see that horse up there.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Yep.
5-1. Gens Mortis on defense on Villa, so they do have a bit of the wind in their favor right now, but how much of that can they utilize to blow a Liquid away? It is currently just, well, seemingly unstoppable. KLN is currently playing underneath, going to set up some lesions and get some early warnings. I assume they're going to pull back to the red stairs there and just kind of hold the top area. Venus is playing the ACOG deep from landing, potentially going to creep up the stairs and wait for someone to try and take landing side from the bedroom. But otherwise, Liquid, they've set themselves up with a pretty standard loadout here. Nomad to control the staircases, make sure there's no rotations. Nesk is potentially going to go underneath and stop any electronics as the IQ just through the floor, and Palu is going to Palu.
Yeah, not firing off his air jabs just yet, so that is something that you need to always keep in mind, is ADSs kind of lurking around, so definitely for the air jabs. It's going to come in handy if you're trying to sanction off certain portions off the map. You think about staircases. It's a massive thing that those air jabs can come in effect to. It stops any roam game. Late rotations, more importantly, I've seen now and again, has kind of been the bane of the existence. And probably the worst thing about the air jabs is, as a defender, you can hear it on the stairs, but you can't do anything about that to kind of stop that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, we've always talked about how this map can be so heavy on the roam and how controlled it can be as well. But the one limit about it is the staircase and the way you can kind of force teams to rotate. And it's shepherding, it's angling, it's coordinating. And against a team that seems to be struggling with the coordination side of things, Liquid can probably make quick work of TGM.
Also looking to fire in towards that 90, more importantly, and see if they can get a pick. Because everything kind of revolves around that 90 if you're looking to push in towards that bar. Sure, you can kind of force your one way in, but whenever there is, of course, denial there, so it's the mute jammers, and, you know, even you think about impact tricking, that's a big thing to stop those thermite charges. So if they want to try and rotate in towards that barrier, it's going to be great to eliminate 90, and then even that gives you Vault as an option.
Well, taking control, they're worried about the Maestro cam that is currently a bit of a dampener in their eyes. They're hitting it with Thatcher after Thatcher, but no one's there to actually close it down as far as I can tell. Venus drops the drone and Palu drops KLN in the meantime, and Palu is just going to, again, hold onto those stairs and do Palu things that he does so well. And now it's just a matter of closing down, and there is the angle held by Nesk. Waiting and waiting. Sexy Cake finds another as well. The diffuser is being planted. Battaglia is in the vault as Felsen finds one against Moringa, trying to hold angles, but it's post-plant, and there goes Palu.
Battaglia. 1v3 essentially, because I don't think Felsen is in a great position to be revived. Just stuck in vault, diffuser being planted, and just Liquid, they can start draining every bit of life out of this round, and they will do so. 6-1. Map point, series point for Liquid.
I mean, they've showed up now. There's no kind of denying that. They are here. They are wanting to play and wanting to go hard. Palu bringing 11 to 4, which is just a beastly kind of performance. And, you know, when the worst statistical player on your side, and frags aren't everything, but the worst statistical player has a 1-to-1, 1.0 KD, you know you're doing okay.
Yeah, I would love to speak to PSK and kind of, you know, what's he thinking at this stage and really what's been his experience this game, because I'm guessing it's just been, oh, nice kill, Palu. Oh, nice kill, Sexy Cake.
He's been alt-tabbed. He's been watching the stream.
He's been watching the stream.
Yeah, he's watching us in here. Nesk back on Nuke. Finker is on the board. Lion and DeKB as well. Now that is if you see that lineup on anyone, you're kind of a little bit concerned. Mm-hmm. You see that lineup in Team Liquid's hands, and that's just like a nightmare that you just kind of want to wake up from.
No hard breach. So if I'm hedging my bets, we're going to say rush up Observatory?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could also try and take...
Well, like a southwest, southeast kind of take?
Yeah, I'm thinking a southeast maybe, and just clear up from underneath and push across it. Because they're going to assume someone's on landing. Nesk is going to throw himself wherever he wants to go. That's the thing about Nesk, is wherever the team is, you can just say, right, we'll have these 4 push this way, and Nesk, you take these rooms. Especially on Nook, as we said before.
Yeah.
It's an operator where you can get away with that.
Lesion, though, so that is a good pickup from TGM, because that will then, of course, alert them to the side of the rush that may be coming in. And, oh, already, first kill on the board as Nesk has tried to walk straight on in, but Venus has came to meet him, and we won that 1 versus 1. So 4v5, and the Lion and Dokkaebi call went off at the same time, a classic combo that we used to see back in the day all the time. Another kill for Venus, but then Dokkaebi, the other Korean operator, makes up for a kill, also using the CZ5. So SMG-12s, another one for Moringa. Just Liquid running in as fast as they can. They think they need to try and beat the clock. They need to try and beat the world record for the quickest round in the game is what they're going for here. But still, kills on the side of TGM gives them a fighting chance.
Well, lose the rush, you then want to win the rush. Sexy Cake tries to get the frag grenade over the top, but suffers the life in the meantime. Battaglia, great reaction there as another E1D and a Decay call goes off. Moringa is just in point, pushing around the back and finds a triple kill. 2 versus 1 situation, a 1 versus 1 situation. It is just the Decay versus the last man. Pre-fires either side, can't quite find it, but with 2 minutes pretty much on the clock, this is a battle that is far from over. Doesn't want to push the barbs as it will slow them down. Misses the swing somehow, and Jaeger, out of all of that, is the one to find the kill. Felsen, who has had a couple of rounds, sure, has it when it matters.
That round there specifically just shows that Liquid, they're just taking this match for granted. Taking the rounds for granted. We can tell this is not the Liquid that we know. Yes, it may be the Liquid that we know in terms of winning those 1v1s and that aggressive nature, but in terms of strategies, there has been very little from Liquid.
Do you know, I think they wanted to run the rush because they lost a round running the rush. I think that was it.
Anything we can do, you can do better.
Yeah, and I think
which didn't work out, so now they've got, you know, pile over their face. It's...
Well, that's what happens sometimes. If you try and
try your best, but you don't succeed. Remember that little classy number?
That one.
Yeah.
Classic tune, really. I'm hoping it's big in LATAM for all the audience out there to know the reference. Aviator Games. 6-2, Gens Mortis. You've got 2 rounds on the board. I think that is, after the previous map, 2 more than anyone would have guessed. But credit where credit's due. How much of that is down to Liquid doing silly things?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh yes, it has to be down to Liquid not playing to their ultimate goal. Because I think at this stage, you know, Liquid know they kind of have this series in the bag. You're sitting here, you're 6-1 up at a point, you're now 6-2. In the long term, is that really going to make a difference again? No Thermite on the board, Maverick being the only one brought, and really it's Nesk. Is Nesk gonna get an opportunity to use his gadget? Probably not.
No. Unless he uses it to kill someone.
The ultimate BM, yes.
Yeah, they've bought Lion, they've bought Finker, they've bought Decay again. I think they're still trying to make this rush strategy work, or they just want to get this over sooner rather than later. They're taking, well, they're attempting to take the Aviator point, which they won pretty convincingly previously. I say, and the fact that they managed to get in and get the diffuser down whilst there's still people alive on the point. I think that says a lot about how they're playing and how their strategy is working. Nesk is looking to go for his approach here. Isn't going to push 90 and that kind of side as you would have expected from a Maverick. Take control of Gunvolt, is instead going to just try and push straight in against the point. Palu has entered in the walk-in closet on the opposite side, trying to clear across the rest of the top floor.
It's much slower from Liquid, but they still have that lineup that allows them that aggressive nature. Dokkaebi, Lion combo, of course, and even the Finker can be used in terms of rushes. You're basically getting that ability to have no recoil, which just allows you to walk on in. And this is a shotgun sledge from Palu, and 2 kills from him will surely be the end of TGM's run inside of this competition. Bullet holes, and there goes the Lion ping as well. Palu knows exactly where he wants to look. Swings on round. 3rd for him. Is he looking for the ace? No, Sexy Cake takes it away from him. He even has a shotgun. He has the SASG. And Palu now portraying the red stairs. And Venus is nowhere near saving this round. A 1v5, and will he even get one? Yes, he does, but that's all she wrote. Team Liquid, 7-2. They finally close it out.
Well, it was a GG. I think TGM, they got a chance to play with the big dogs, and unfortunately the big dogs bit pretty violently today. Liquid move on. They will obviously tomorrow, or the next play day, I don't know if it's tomorrow, we'll be playing the winner of Yeah Gaming versus NGDP, which is the next game we are going to see. But that spread of stats so far is pretty hefty, I think, in favor of the performance that we saw.
Yeah, Liquid's landslide is exactly how we kind of poached this match to be. They didn't let us down. Still not what the Liquid that we're going to hopefully kind of see going later on in towards the tournament, where they will be facing opponents, which is more towards their skill cap, of course. 2-0 straight away into the next round. And of course, you can see there's all the matches that you have looking forward to. And there's MIBR. They're on the other side of the bracket. So if you're kind of looking at both sides, we're thinking Team Liquid to move on from their side, and we're kind of pitching MIBR as well, but we still have to yet to see them play, and we'll see them in Latin America Play Day 2.
Yeah, But don't go anywhere, as after a quick break, we'll be back with the second game of the night. Another best of 3, this time between Yeah Gaming and NGDP. So go get yourself a break, get yourself a glass of water, and we'll see you back in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely stunning! They are the champions!
Predict the outcome, win the game. Get live coverage and schedules for your favorite tournaments. Analyze, predict, and vote to gain points. Compete with other esports fans and climb the leaderboards. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.